no man should think that what they are going through is also what the woman is going through. It's totally different. It's not on the same level. The woman is going through this entire building. You are not going through the toilets of the building.
If you are watching this podcast and you are part of those bandwagon of people that say they don't want to give birth because they are keeping their body, I would as well tell you and say that just go and die. I've seen someone who said that she does not want to give birth to more than one child, and her reason is because of she cannot love her children equally. Now, to me, when I heard that, the moment we can take away our feeling and replace it with what is right, I think this world will be a better place. Ladies, I've seen ladies that say they don't want to give birth because of they want to keep their shape.
See, there's nothing wrong. You are carrying childbearing and you are reducing it to making love, like to a sexual part. That's just one part of it.
Okay.
A baby is going to be growing in your belly for 9 months, and don't even get me started on what happens after. What happens during, when you are giving birth? What happens after? There are some women that get pregnant, their body kills the pregnancy. But there are some ladies that when they love very deeply. There are some guys that when they love very deeply.
No, you say you don't want to have children, but you want to have sex.
Hey guys, my name is Precious and welcome to the very first episode of Let's Get Real. This podcast talks about honest conversation. We don't sugarcoat the truth. We talk real and raw. Without wasting much of our time, let's welcome our guests as they introduce themselves. Welcome, guys.
Hi, Precious. Hi, everyone. My name is Fisayo Patrick. Okay. I'm an entrepreneur. I run a digital agency called Value Add Digital, or VADI for short. And I'm so excited to be here.
We're excited to have you here.
All right. So, Precious, nice being on this podcast. My name is CJK. I'm into real estate. We help individuals and organizations get the best properties within Lagos and all over the country as well. And I'm also a gospel music minister, and I am a man who loves Jesus Christ.
Oh, wow. Proud believer. So, without wasting much of our time, I would like to ask us questions around relationship, which is let's just start with the beginning of a relationship, what we know as talking stage, right? Personally to you, what do you think talking stage mean?
Well, you would first understand that some of these things, social media gave them names, right? A few years ago, there was nothing like talking stage. I mean, it probably was, but it's not something we'll sit down to be discussing right now. And because of that, it becomes popularized and it becomes necessary to have them. Before, if you are talking, so my understanding of talking stage is having a friend that you talk to, and the friend say as a lady you have a guy that you talk to all the time, and the guy has an intention, at the end of the length of the conversation is to ask you out or something related. So that's what talking stage mean. And I feel that it is necessary. Like I said that it wasn't necessary before, but because it's available now, because it's well known now, it becomes necessary. I mean, you need to talk to somebody that you want to have a relationship with for a while so that you can know who they really are and know if they're the right fit for you. So talking stage is basically having an extended period of time where you talk to a love interest.
Okay, Mr. CJK, what's your own opinion?
Okay, so I would say two things. The first thing I would say is I would not want to pose a narrative that social media gave talking stage a name. And in as much as I believe that it was part of the vehicles that made it go viral and made that talking stage in quotes spread, I would like to say talking stage was originated from people's experience, past experiences. So let's go as far back as the 19th. There used to be this narrative there's a narrative about relationship that they had that was working for them. But you would agree with me that one of the things that comes with civilization is the fact that people's eyes tends to open. Do you understand? So, and a lot of persons have been in relationships whereby their values and their personalities never matched. So I think when people figured that the reason why they were entering into relationships undefined was due to there was never a time where they had time or they sat down to actually know themselves. Do you understand? Where they actually sat down to figure out why are we going into this relationship? Because it is said that when the purpose of a thing is not defined, they said abuse is inevitable. So for that narrative called talking stage, that for me, I feel is where that originated from. That's number one. So defining talking stage, I would say talking stage is that level whereby both parties come together to understand what it is they are trying to build. Relationship is not just the coming together of two individuals to just actually maybe waste or while away time, just like this generation calls it. Relationship is actually the coming together of two individuals coming together to make a better use of themselves, to create a better accommodating life for themselves. So you understand? So society itself needs relationship. And the reason why, not just romantically, anything, relationship in general, there is supposed to be something called talking stage, because when you are going into a relationship with someone, it is best you define the relationship so that one person don't get to give an energy that the other person cannot reciprocate. So when your relationship is properly defined, that way you can clearly have an understanding. So when both of you come together, you are not it is rare when both parties have discussions as regarding what the relationship stands for. It is in rare occasions that you would find maybe there will be this misunderstanding, but that misunderstanding would be easy to resolve, because why? Both parties, they understand, okay, what this relationship is all about, the goal of this relationship. So that's talking stage for me. It's just like a platform where both persons come together. Okay, so we are not yet in this thing, but let's say this is why we are going into this thing. And I feel like if those kind of conversations are not had, mistake is inevitable.
Defined. Okay, thank you so much. Miss Fisayo, you said something about during talking stage, you said something about now where two people get to know each other for a particular period of time. Now, my question is, you also answer, please. My question is, how long, like how many months do you think a person should know the other, the opposite gender, and this talking stage? How long before they enter a relationship?
Okay, there's no defined period of time for it. I can't say 2 weeks. I can't say 3 months. I think it depends on both parties. It depends on what you want. It depends on where you see yourselves going. It depends on your commitment level. So, for example, it is not every talking stage that, it is not talking stages that lead to relationship doesn't necessarily mean that you get married, right? The length of the talking stage does not determine whether the relationship will last or not. Doesn't determine whether the marriage will last or not, right? This is somebody that you have never lived with. This is somebody that you don't know. You have different backgrounds. And when you start the relationship, you can get a lot of surprises. So there's no defined length of time, but if you have a purpose in mind, if you know the kind of man you want to be or the kind of woman you want to be with, if you have a goal for your relationship, if you know that, if you've given yourself, if you've set mid-term goals, long-term goals, short-term goals, you can now determine from that how long you want your talking stage to be. For example, I don't see any reason why your talking stage is as long as 6 months. I don't see any reason why your talking stage is as long as 3-4 months, right? Except there can be exceptions. Maybe something happened, you try to resolve issues, or you lost contacts for a short amount of time. Things like that would add up to the length of time. But if somebody's talking to you, if you meet a guy, if you meet a girl, you should already know if you want to carry on with this relationship. You should already know if you want to go into this relationship. And that would determine the length of time. There's a story that a friend of mine told me where he asked a lady out and she said that she was going to go think about it. And she came back a year later and said I'm ready. And I was like, I haven't forgotten that I asked you out. And the girl was really angry because he was in another relationship. And so he said that she was saying he didn't uphold his end of the bargain, right? So I'm like, what bargain? There was no conversation. There was no answer. The answer was that I'll go think about it. You're thinking about it should not be more than 1 to 3 weeks, right? If you want to pray, if you want to ask around, it can take that long, but really there's no defined length of time.
Thank you, Ms. Fisayo. So, CJK, what would you say concerning this? How many months do you think its talking stage should last?
Okay, so I would like to approach it from this angle. So I believe we should learn to, give a definite definition to things.
Okay.
Now, why did I say that? There is this narrative that when a man and a woman comes together, when a man and a woman wants to build up talking stage, it should or it must lead into a romantic relationship. I think that's where we all get it wrong. That's where we get it wrong. And I believe that if that area can be trashed, if that area can be dealt with, I feel like we would have less relationships that break up, break out, break up, break out, break out. Do you understand? So for how long a talking stage should last, just like she said, it depends on what both of you want to achieve.
Okay.
For example, if I want to, for myself, I have a principle that states that when, in quotes, when I'm into a talking stage with someone, it does not have to be a relationship or a romantic stage.
Okay.
I can decide to go as far as I want until maybe, just like people say they have boxes.
Okay.
So if you don't tick all those boxes, I don't think that relation, people, I think, let me say this. Somebody may be in a talking stage with you. They just want to have you around. They love your company. But they don't want anything romantic to exist between both of you. But because the person knows that if the person makes it clear to you that I don't want this, you will definitely either dissolve that relationship. And it could be due to the value you're adding to the person. The person wants to keep you around. And the person knows that your motive is so that this relationship will end up romantically. And the person has weighed you and said, okay, you are not someone I can go into a romantic relationship with, but I want your company. I like your company. I like to be in your company. Do you understand? So for how long a talking stage should be, it depends on both of you. What you want. Do you understand? Nobody should give a particular benchmark and say this is how long a talking stage should be. Moreover, there is a balance, and that balance is that so long as you've not gotten the clarity you want, you can extend it. So you are not to rush. So long as you've not gotten the clarity you want. If, for example, let me go spiritual.
Okay.
Do you understand? So spiritually, there are certain biblical standards that one must have before you can go into a relationship with the person. If you are someone who has a spiritual standard.
Sorry, please, can you tell us what are those
Okay,
standards?
so I give you an example. So for some persons, they would rather not go into a relationship with an unbeliever. Now, for me, let me explain. Now, that unbeliever, there are two sides. There's an unbeliever who is ready to learn, who is ready to be taught, who is ready to, if properly explained to, if properly mentored, if properly discipled, that person can become a believer. And there's the unbeliever that is not ready to learn, he's not ready to bend the standard, he's not ready to accommodate you, but he wants you to accommodate him, or she wants you to accommodate her. Do you understand? So that kind of unbeliever, 2-3 weeks, you already know that this kind of person, we should not even be talking about anything relationship. We should not even be unequally yoked. We should not be yoked together. But that unbeliever who, in quote, has not received the Holy Ghost, who has not accepted Jesus verbally as his Lord and his personal Savior, but you know that this person is willing to, okay, when it's time for this activity, that is biblical, he's ready. When it's time for this, he's ready. But he has not just gotten a proper mentorship, a proper discipleship as to what the believer's life and salvation is all about. So for that kind of relationship, it is not advisable for a lady, I would advise that as a lady, if he's a guy, it's not advisable for you to be the one to mentor him or disciple him. But for a guy, I can still say, not like it's a doctrine, but a guy can still, teach a lady. But a lady trying to teach a man, men are egoistic, so they would not even want to bend. Do you get? So for that kind of relationship, using this context, I feel like you can take as much time as you want. But if you are somebody that you don't care,
I disagree.
Okay.
There's no
let's have it.
I have a few things that I disagree. Everything you said really makes a lot of sense. I love the spiritual angle, and it's right. I don't feel a lady should spiritually mentor a guy. But you said that it's not necessary for talking stages to go into turn out to be romantic relationships. But I feel that talking stages should either turn out to be romantic relationships or they don't. I don't see any reason why a talking stage should be because you want to keep me around. That's no longer a talking stage. That's just friendship between a man and a woman. There are some ladies that, me personally, generally, I think a lot of ladies will say that they love to have male friends than female friends. And I'm one of those people. I just love to be around guys, right? How they speak, how they think. I know guys that also love to have female friends. So I think that is friendship. If we are not talking about dating, ending up living together for the rest of our lives, then it should not be talking stage. And then you also talked about ticking boxes. I don't think that. Okay. I know because you're a guy, of course, you're a guy, so it is different for you. But for me, I don't think that you should be looking at ticking boxes because you can't find somebody that if you have like 20 boxes, so you now wait until the girl ticks all the 20 boxes, you now be doing talking stage, you now keep her waiting, you now be talking. You're already on serious, because why are you doing that? If you feel that this lady doesn't have what you really want, just gently let her know that, gently, there's a way you do it. You don't even have to tell her that I'm not interested in you again, or this cannot lead to a relationship. There's a way to just relax the conversation, relax the daily talking in the talking stage, and she will get it. But discarding her to look for somebody that ticks all your boxes, or trying to tick all your boxes, it doesn't make sense, because you want to keep her around. It doesn't make sense. And I think what guys now do is, if a lady doesn't tick their boxes, they want to mentor her, guide her, teach her, which is really a genuinely nice thing to do. But if she doesn't tick many of the boxes, you should let her go.
Okay, instead of wasting
and keep the friendship.
Yeah.
Right? If it is not going to lead to a romantic relationship, it's not a talking stage. You are talking because you need to know. And you said something the first time. You talked about how you need to talk so that you will know if this is really the person you want. I think that's what the talking stage is for, like you rightly said. But now saying that it doesn't have to lead to a romantic relationship, I really disagree with that. Nobody can waste my time like that. And I cannot waste anybody's time like that.
So what do you have to say, Mr. CDK? Don't you think you waiting till she ticks all the boxes? Don't you think you are wasting her time? Or what do you have to say about what she said?
Okay, so I would still say that she's right if she does not agree.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she's right if she does not agree. And I don't also have to agree also. Do you understand? But I'll say this, and I'll say this. She said, I quote her, that social media give these things a narrative.
A name.
A name, sorry.
Yeah.
And I am of the opinion that if something is wrong and it is generally accepted, it does not change the fact that that thing is still wrong. I say this to say this. When you call something a talking stage, no doubt, generally, societally, it is supposed to end up in a romantic relationship. Now, and I ask this question. Who said, or where is it written that I cannot engage you? We cannot sit down to discuss when we want to call ourselves friends to know if our values are the same, if our standards are the same, if our personalities are alike. It is not written anywhere. There is no body, there is no principle that says that. And you know, the reason why people say, you just meet somebody and you're already calling the person your friend, it already shows how low intelligent you are. It already shows how indisciplined you are. It already shows how porous your life is. Do you understand? And I'm not saying that talking stage should not lead to a relationship. I'm saying that talking stage does not always have to lead to a romantic relationship. Now, the word relationship, when you put romance at it, you have given it maybe like a category. But the word relationship is general. And we never said, your question was never, should talking stage lead to a romantic relationship? You just said, should talking stage lead to, how long does talking stage needs to last?
Yeah.
So there was never what was the word now? There was never a clear definition to what your question was. So I am of the opinion that if your talking stage is, if I meet a girl and my goal is to woo this lady, do you understand? I make it known to you. Straight up. Alpha, this is why I came. But I don't want us to rush things, because when we rush things, you get, I'm somebody that I take my time, because I know that relationship, anytime I go into any relationship with the mindset of forever, and I want to know that you have that same mind. Do you get? Okay. So that if
that's why you want to extend the talking stage.
No, I don't necessarily have to extend the talking stage. Okay. The talking stage does not necessarily, I'm not even of the opinion that any guy that should keep you on a talking stage above 3 months, you should already know that this guy is not serious. Do you understand? I'm only saying that you guys should, until you are cleared, because now you guys don't know each other. Yeah. You are not raised by the same parents. He has a different value, I have a different value. So if I can see that, okay, this person, I can cohabit with this person, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, but make sure you are, my emphasis is on make sure that you are clear. It does not necessarily, I'm not even in support of him ticking all your boxes, but just make sure that you, who is going to tell this person yes, or that you who is going to woo this person to become your companion or to become your partner, make sure you are cleared. Because the society we are today, nobody is paying attention to you. Even I have friends that the moment my female friends goes into a relationship, I limit my conversation with you. I limit the amount of time spent together. Because why? You are accountable to somebody now. Do you understand? So don't bring upon yourself a burden that you cannot be able to bear. That is my emphasis. A lot of ladies, a lot of women have gone into relationships. Oh, is this, is that? And only to find out that that guy was opposite, that lady was opposite of whom they expected. But you know, when you go into relationship, most of the times, a lot of people are managing those they call boyfriends and girlfriends. And some guys now, what guys now do is that they'll keep you around while they are misbehaving with other people.
Yes.
They will keep you
Yeah,
around.
ladies do that too. It's
Yes,
not just guys.
yes, ladies do that too. So why waste my time? Why would I waste my time going after other people when I can as well take my time, get what I want, stay there, build, get married, do what I want. Now, I'm not saying that life would not throw its own challenges at you, but it's better that my dad used to say something that prepare for life because life is always preparing for you. So prepare for life because life is going to always prepare for you. So whether he ticks all your boxes, whether you are keeping him for long, just make sure you are cleared because nobody, and I repeat, there is nobody on this earth that cares about you. Even the guy you are going into a relationship with. He cannot love you.
I don't think that's
he cannot love you more than the way you should love yourself. So I feel like you should prioritize yourself
First.
when going to a relationship. Now, when you guys now meet, then but make sure you're
That's
clear.
not really an interesting outlook on life, right?
Okay.
And I totally get what you mean. Nobody's coming to save you. Nobody cares about you more than themselves, right? You are here now. We are friends, but that doesn't mean that I like you more than myself. Do you understand? But you still need to know that there are people that care about you regardless.
That's true.
So if you are going to a relationship with someone, don't have the belief that the person doesn't care about you as much as there are some ladies that when they love very deeply. There are some guys that when they love very deeply.
That's true.
So if you keep thinking that nobody loves you more than you love yourself, it affects the relationship. It affects your behavior in the relationship. It affects how you treat the person. And what I really want to now say is, so you said it is very important to be clear. That's so true, right? But that doesn't mean that you will still not see surprises in the relationship.
That's definitely.
But what if it took you 6 months to be clear? The person that you now got cleared about is not like, me, I cannot wait again.
Okay.
Which is why it has to be clear. And because of your clearing, people are leaving.
Yeah.
Ladies are leaving or guys are leaving because why is it taking so long?
Okay.
So that's why I said that I don't think that's an important, is a good outlook about life. If you clarity does not need to take that long.
Yeah.
Especially in relationship. You already know the kind of person you are. Okay, this is who I am. I love my privacy. I'm an introvert. I love to take my time before I make decisions. So you're looking for somebody that will complement that for you. If you meet somebody that is the opposite, sometimes the opposite of that person can even work for this kind of person that you are. Sometimes it's the exact same person that works for you.
Yeah.
But you will know in the conversations, you will know in your interactions, right? But your clarity should not take so long that you're now, you know, do you understand what I mean? People are now leaving and you keep restarting talking stage, you keep restarting friendship, you keep restarting relationships up and down. If you already know who you are and you already know what you want, when you see what you want, you know. You know. Even if the person at the beginning of the talking stage is not really into it, is not really all that. But you know that this person has the characters you want, this person has the traits you want. And some guys even are nice enough to help ladies discover themselves, that part of themselves, right? There's some guys that they will meet a lady who is uncultured, a lady who is rude, a lady who, and they can identify that, okay, she's dealing with trauma, and they help her get better. Do you understand? Because you yourself know what you want, and you have seen it in this lady, and you know that this is what this lady needs so that we can work well. I think that's all you need. No
Okay,
need to
thank you so much. So we're going to delve deeper now.
So we're not this
We're
deep.
leaving we are leaving talking stage now. We want to enter. So there's this question I'm meaning to ask, but I'm just going to ask the question first, then I'm going to ask you other questions. Does living a relationship for peace makes you selfish or responsible? Now, before you answer that question, I just want to know, do you guys have an ex?
I do. Do you have
Mr. CJK, do you have an ex?
Is gaslighting.
Gaslighting. Okay. No.
You have an ex.
I should.
You say you should. Oh my God. That means you forgot about that first.
That's really bad.
I should.
So, why did you guys break up?
Okay. Why did I break up with my ex? uh well, the relationship started really nice, right? I didn't want the relationship because of peculiar differences. I didn't want the relationship, but he was very consistent, you understand? And he was doing some things that I considered very nice, like very
Wow.
kindness, always. So I said, oh yeah, let's just give it a shot. Let's see where it goes. And I did. And it went on like that. But after a while, thank God that we spent that length of time in the relationship.
How many
We were
years?
able to, it
Sorry.
was a year.
Okay.
So we were able to see differences. So I don't like men that are too emotional. Men that are too emotional. Like, I called you, you didn't pick. It's all over the place. He cannot eat. He cannot sleep. So I like men that are concerned, right? So there's a balance. There's those that are too emotional, those that are not emotional at all. That one is very bad. But those that they know how to, they have emotions, but they are keeping it in check. So they've called you many times, you have not picked. They did not call your mother, they did not call your daddy, they did not call your pastor, they did not call your friends. They've left you messages just so when you come back online, you can see that they've called. That's how I like it to be. So, but the person I was with was pretty emotional person, and he told me that he's emotional. This is how he is. And I thought I could manage, but after a while, after a long time, I thought I was too much. It was really too much, and there were other things apart from that. There were a lot of there was this, so something happened in his family and he had to take charge of things. But it really affected us because I wanted us to focus on the journey, focus on the future. But he was being held back by family, held back by duties and stuff like that. So it wasn't really going very well. It wasn't
so is it
going
that the
well.
communication was now less or
No, less. Okay, my ex was. That was why I said I went for it because of the qualities that I saw. He was somebody that communicated. Then that was another problem. I don't like too much communication.
Wow.
Right? Always calling, always checking. Every hour you're checking on me. Every hour. I beg, I'm busy. I'm a creative. I need time to work. I need time to think. I need to do deep work. So we came, what's it called? We agreed that okay, let's talk in the morning. First thing in the morning, after our devotion, let's talk for a long time. And then let's just do a short check-in in the afternoon, just a WhatsApp chat. And then in the night, another long time. But it was somebody that wanted to talk all the time. So it wasn't working. So eventually I had to break it up because it was hurting. It was hurting. And I now felt like the one that didn't have emotions, the one that didn't care, because if you come here, I know they'd pick that kind of thing. So I just knew I had to let it go so that he could meet another lady who wanted that.
So sorry. Now that you're saying this, you said something about when you wanted to enter the relationship, you just wanted to enter because you saw some qualities in him. Did you really love him before? Because if you love someone, I think people say if you love someone, you have to like. But
yes,
did you love him?
So yes, I did. Right, but there's some things that would happen that they will squeeze the love out of you. Like, when you're squeezing your clothes,
yes,
they'll squeeze the love out of you. And I realized that the hurt was more than the love. The pain was more than the love. This guy has come again. I can't deal with this. It was getting too much, more than the love. So I knew that it was time to end it.
Okay, Mr. CJK,
I'm curious to hear about you.
That's your ex. What made you guys break up?
So let me think. Do I have ex?
Oh, Jesus, I pity that girl.
I do.
So the reason why I said if I had the ex was because I think the relationship was not serious.
How did you say so?
Yes, the relationship was not serious because I think I know better now than I knew then. So then, I think that was like far back when I was in secondary school. I think that was the last time.
Secondary school.
Yes, when I was secondary.
You were dating in secondary
So
school.
Did you consider that as a relationship?
So no.
You were dating secondary school.
So I dated the person while I was in SS3.
No.
Okay.
So it was our relationship lasted SS3 till I entered uni.
Okay.
So why I said the relationship was not serious was because of how we started. So that's another story
Yeah.
for another time.
So the question, or the main question I want you guys to
Yes.
answer is: does living a relationship for peace makes you selfish or responsible?
Okay. So I would answer two ways. Number one, it is best to live when you find out that it is draining. So communication is meant to do two things. It's meant to impact you as well as it is impacting the other person. Number one. And number two, communication is supposed to be both sides. So one person should not be giving more than the other person.
Yeah, yes.
And I feel like when something is imbalanced, if both of you have not come to the agreement whereby you are now saying, okay, this thing is imbalanced, let's try and make it balanced, it cannot work. So I think in that situation, it is best to leave because of peace. Let's just peace.
So it does not make you selfish.
So
at
it
all.
doesn't make you selfish in that situation. Now, there's another scenario whereby this is what is trending now in my generation, where I can be in a relationship with, I can go into a relationship with a girl for a particular selfish reason. Once I get that reason, I check out. So, for example, I would just be raw since we are on Let's Get Real podcast.
Yes, be raw, please, be raw.
Okay, so I had this friend of mine while I was in school. That's uni. So this guy, he was a believer in quotes. And this guy is always, he always has this adventure in his head that when I would date, when I would go into a relationship. And I was a very serious-minded person. Although not serious, but I was, there are some conversations I don't have.
Yeah.
There are some things I don't dabble into. Not because I don't want, not because I can't, but because I don't want to. So when the guy is around me, he's always telling me, it's not good, do my babe, when I will do my babe. So unknowingly to us that the guy was dating. And he was dating the girl because the girl parent has money. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So I did not even know until I was maybe 400 level. So, but me, I used to keep the guy around. The guy is everybody knows the guy to be very close to me.
Yeah.
So I started hearing rumors. I was hearing different rumors. Some persons were saying that's how he is. That's me.
Yeah.
So I had to go and confront the guy. Guy, what's up? Why is this person saying this is who I am? Because due to sisters in the fellowship, when I meet them, and I'm meeting you on a clear note, you are already telling me, you're already giving me the vibe that
No.
I don't want. So I'm like, where is this one coming from? Me that I don't even have any sin. So then I found out that the girl that I was dating, in quotes, her parents were having financial issues. And the house I was living in currently then, it was the girl that was paying for it. So when the girl could no longer keep up with the payments, he broke up. So now, from this scenario, I think and I know, because I told him that guy is selfish. Do you understand? So
Yes, he is.
that, in that kind of context, I feel like him leaving that relationship is him being selfish. So I don't want to say anything further than that.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. So, Miss Fisayo, what's your
Okay.
let's hear.
I believe that live a relationship for peace, because of peace. And if you do that, you are being responsible. You're not being selfish. I recently watched a sermon, and a popular Nigerian pastor who is a marriage counselor said something that was very shocking. He said that marriage is not, that's married, when you're married, is not a place where you experience peace. Marriage is not for peace. Marriage is for joy and love. So because a peaceful marriage, a man and a woman might not talk for 6 months, for 7 months, and they are both experiencing peace, and they are married and they're living together, eating on the same table, sleeping on the same bed, and they are not talking to each other. And that he said that's peace. But there's no joy there, and there's no love there. But I believe that a relationship should be peaceful. Because you're going to get married, things will happen. Relationship you can leave at any time. Marriage, you can't. If as a Christian, you can't do that, right? If there is no peace in your relationship, leave. Because as you're not having peace, the person is also not having peace. So you're not being selfish. You are even helping the person to experience the peace that they don't have. If you're in a relationship with someone, you're always fighting, you're always arguing, there's trust issues and stuff like that, you are both not at peace. So even if you don't want to live for yourself, live for the person. Let the person experience peace. So it's just being responsible.
Okay, so the last question concerning this. Take for example, I know you guys are not married, but what do you guys have to say about, let's say the man wants children, but the woman does not want children, or the man does not want children, the woman wants children. Do you think that's a good reason to leave a marriage or a relationship? Let's just say, for example, you guys are in a relationship and you're discussing marriage issues, and I'm like, I don't want to give birth, and you say you want to give birth. So what do you think is selfish of that person to leave? Is that a good reason for the person to leave the relationship?
Okay. Prior to recently, I didn't know that there were Nigerian women who didn't want children. I started seeing it online. You know, it's the whites that do that, the Oyimbos that do that. They get married and they don't want children and they are fine.
Yeah.
And when I started hearing Nigerian women saying they don't want kids, I was surprised. There's this popular lady that said it on Twitter, and she was like, she doesn't want kids. And anybody she's dating knows that people that want kids, if she tells them they leave, and she's fine with it. So I was very shocked, because I believe that the Bible says, go into the world and multiply, be fruitful, dominate, and all of that. So how will you do it if so it might not necessarily be about giving birth, right? You know that the Bible has different meanings, different interpretations by different people.
Yeah.
But if you are not, so that's what the talking stage is for. You should not reach marriage, you now discover that your wife doesn't want kids or your husband doesn't want kids. If you're in a relationship and the woman doesn't want kids, and the man, you want kids, and you see that she's not going to change her mind, then there's no point continuing. Leave. Because there will be issues. There will be serious issues. If the woman wants kids and the man doesn't want kids, and then before you leave, just disappear like that, you need to now probe, ask questions. Why would a man say he doesn't want kids? Maybe he has kids from a previous relationship or a previous marriage. Maybe he had trauma, extreme trauma. There's something they call ACE, adverse childhood experience, where adults leave out things that were caused by a child during childhood. So you need to find out why the man is saying he doesn't want a child, why the woman is saying doesn't want a child. Some women have said that, their mother died while giving birth to their last born, their sister died while giving birth, their friend died while giving birth, so they don't want to give birth. If that's the reason, then there can be, that's not, if that thing is taken away, the woman would want a child. So then you need to seek help. You need to, with her, seek help. If you are really serious about being with her, therapists, counselors, spiritual leaders, let people pray, ask, it's trauma. It's trauma induced, take it away. If it's the man, is that. But if it's that the woman cannot give birth because of a past, and she came out clean and told you this is why she can't give birth, then this is why she can't give birth. And because she knows she can't give birth, she doesn't want children. Let her know, okay, there's adoption. We can do adoption. There's surrogacy. There are different ways to have children now. But just don't, if they're adamant about it, I don't think it's necessary to go forward.
Thank you so much. Mr. CJK, just help us round up. Let me just know your own opinion. Just a few seconds to explain.
So first of all, one wants a child, one wants children, and the other person does not want. Like, who doesn't want children?
People.
Wow.
People.
So I would say, first of all, the lady or the man that does not want children is not selfish. The man or the woman that wants children is also not selfish. So, and I would say further that for a lady to get to the extent where she would say she does not, I'm not talking about those, that, and we should always, this our generation, and we should sometimes, when there's something called psychology. When you see something that somebody says, drop your phone and process it before you just open your mouth and say you don't want it. Because sometimes we live people's experience. Sometimes we live other people's life. And we defend it as though it's our life. When we come in contact with proper clarity, sometimes it might be too late before we now realize that we're actually not living the life that we want. Do you understand? So, just like what she said, when a lady does not want children, it means that it could be that she has seen somebody die of childbirth, or she has seen somebody, or she has a trauma, or I've seen someone who said that she does not want to give birth to more than one child. And her reason is because of she cannot love her children equally.
Wow.
Now, to me, when I heard that, I already know that this person is suffering from lack of love. Because it means, say, love did not reach her for where she's coming from. And, we must also learn to be, remove our own emotion when we are making certain judgments. Do you understand? Sometimes it's not all about what you feel, it is about what is right. Do you understand? So we should, the moment we can take away our feeling and replace it with what is right, I think this world will be a better place. Because you cannot, everybody, at least when your family is, when you have more than 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 children in the house, you know that your parents, they are not God. They can only love you the way they feel they can love you. Do you understand? So for somebody to come up with that kind of narrative, that kind of doctrine, and say that she does not want to give it to one child, it means that already this person is. So for somebody to wake up and say, I feel like you are even wicked. No, seriously. I feel like you are wicked to say you don't want children, because you are wicked and you are selfish. Now, listen to me before you judge me. So now, I give you an example. So imagine your mother said she does not want children.
She didn't give birth to you.
And she didn't give birth to you. Would you have lived, not talk of living a life that now says you want children? Now, people that say this, I feel like, thirdly, they are also irresponsible. Because responsibility states that, first of all, when they say, Yorubas have this saying that the day a madman realizes that he's mad, what he's doing is wrong, that's the day his healing has come. Now, for you to say you don't want children, if you are going through a trauma, seek help. For you to even decide, because some of these people that say these things, they've just decided to live with it. It means you are wicked. And you are not being wicked. You are being wicked to yourself. You are being selfish to yourself. Do you understand? You are being irresponsible to yourself, because you know that you either, maybe, for example, you saw somebody die. Why don't you talk to someone?
It's not as easy as that.
Now, it's not true. It's not as easy as that. And I think that also, when you are ready, change is, I used to say this, that change is an action word. So when you say you don't want, if I meet a girl that says she does not want children, I will just say in my mind that I can't marry this lady. But me, I'm someone that I'm very inquisitive. I want to know why. Why don't you want children? When I start hearing things like, oh, my mother died, my dad died, this and that, my auntie died. First of all, the first question I need to ask already, from the natural perspective, is, are you your mother? But from the spiritual standpoint, I already know that this person is suffering from fear of the unknown. Do you understand? And should I shock you? Believers now are also making that same proclamation. The so-called Christians, they are saying they don't want children. Now, that's wickedness, bro.
I don't think it's wickedness.
No, for me, that's my personal opinion. If I see somebody that says she doesn't want children, I'll be like, bro, why are you?
It's not wickedness. You need to know their reasons.
And you're not wicked
first.
to yours. You're not being wicked to anybody. You are
He's saying
being
that
wicked
you
to
are being
yourself.
You are not being wicked to
yourself and
yourself.
selfish.
Yourself, you are being selfish to yourself. That's my opinion. If I see you and say,
That's-
I would not tell you what you are doing is bad. But in my mind, I'm just like, I cannot associate with you because you can't give love.
And again, don't forget that it's the woman that is bearing the children.
Yeah.
There's a lot of pain
Pain,
associated
yeah,
with
pain.
it.
No doubt.
So you're talking from the perspective of a man by saying that she's being wicked to us.
Now, let me even
A
speak.
woman can decide not to give birth just because of self-care.
Yeah.
It could be that she's going through emotional trauma.
there's
I don't even want to use
factors.
word. Sometimes it's not even trauma.
Wait, I want to ask
It could
a question.
be emotional reasons. It could be mental reasons.
Okay.
Yeah.
It could be anything.
Okay.
So just outrightly saying she's wicked and she's selfish to herself, I don't think that's the right word.
So I want to ask you a question. So the process that produces child is called what? Now, I don't want when you the general word.
Wait, I hope you're not going where I think you're going.
No, that's what I'm
Because
saying.
now you are trying to say that the process of bearing children is
Just
men and
love making.
Yes. So if both of you come together and you are making love and you are telling me you don't want to give birth, then don't make the love.
is it every making
No,
love that
it's
must
not,
go to
yeah.
Oh wait,
Okay, people that
So
give
making
birth
love
things
has
that
to
are
be to
making
give
love
birth.
is not-
No, don't get me wrong. I'm talking about when you say you want to make love. Okay, so maybe it's me that don't know or maybe it's me that don't because I don't understand. I don't understand why
That's it.
somebody
You cannot understand.
the
You are not a
person.
no,
woman.
I understand that you've gone through trauma and all that. But seek help, bro. Seek help.
What if it's not trauma? What
Seek-
if it's just a decision?
If you even it is even worse when you say you don't want to give birth because of you are keeping your body, bro.
not- I didn't
That
say keeping your
body.
body.
No, I've seen
It's not even
I've
keeping
seen
your body.
ladies. I've seen ladies that
there's
say
nothing
I've
wrong
heard
with-
ladies that
there's
say
nothing wrong with that.
they don't want to give birth because of they want to keep their shape.
See,
To hell
there's
with your shape,
nothing
bro.
wrong
See,
with
let me tell you
that.
something. If you are watching this podcast and you are part of those bandwagon of people that say they don't want to give birth because they are keeping their body,
Hey.
I would as well tell you and say that just go and die.
No, that's so extreme.
No, that's true because this body you are keeping,
Ha.
one day, hope you know that one day, one thing can happen to that same body you are keeping.
And that thing should come. But
that
for
should
them,
come.
they don't want it to be child.
See me, I don't want to talk because before you guys will drag me.
They don't
but
want it to be
I'm just saying,
childbirth.
I don't mean
What
to
I think
judge.
I
must
don't mean to
happen
say
is that
anything.
you must let the person that you are with know.
No, so
Or you are going to be with know that this, you're not giving birth.
Who-
And this is why.
who are
If
you-
you don't say that, if you keep quiet
Okay.
until it's time, that's when you can say the person is selfish or wicked.
okay, so
But that decision, just having that decision does not mean somebody
me, I'm still saying it, whether you drag me or not.
we will drag you on this one. Because
Whether you
you are
drag
talking
me-
like a man.
Yeah.
Whether you
And-
drag me or not, see, there's nothing like. See, I'm not even speaking because of I'm a man now. Some guys are still there that are very, 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 very insensitive to say that you don't want a child. Now, if you can reduce number, no wala. But saying that you don't want to reciprocate the love that has been given. See, bro, your parent loved you. That's why they brought you to this world. You should be able to love another person to bring the person to this world. Now, giving birth
Disagree.
is not giving birth.
Okay.
Giving birth to children is not. How, bro? You should give birth, bro. Give birth, bro. If I'm your friend and I hear you say you don't want to give birth, bro, I would not say anything to you, but I'll make sure I will do everything in my power that you are disciplined.
Discipline.
Yes, you are disciplined. Because now what she's saying that like the lady that she mentioned that came on internet and said
And she's a Christian.
And she's a Christian.
Mm-hmm.
Now, do you know why I said the person is not responsible is because of you've admitted that there's a problem. For you to be able to talk to somebody and say that, oh, I don't want this, you have to give reasons.
Yeah.
Abi? You cannot be telling me you don't want children and you just say, and I ask you why, and like, no, I don't just want children. You would give me reason and
that's
say,
good enough
okay,
reason,
you
because
give
I don't
you don't
That-
just want
you think
children.
that's
That's
a
good enough reason.
Okay, when someone say,
You don't just
why
want
don't
children.
You want children? Just say.
So
because I don't
let
want it.
me now say that. Let me now come from the guy man aspect and I meet a lady and I say, tell the lady, I don't want to make money.
It's not the same thing.
No, it's not the same thing. But
It's
you
not
know,
the same
for
thing
men,
at
for
all.
men,
It's-
for men,
it's
for men.
totally different.
But you know, for
Because
men,
men and women can make money.
that's true.
Yeah.
Men cannot have children.
Mm.
Yes. And this concept
So
of child
If a man tells you he doesn't want to have sex,
if man says he doesn't want
you
to
say
have,
you
there are
don't.
men that
You
say they
say
don't want to
no.
have
You say
sex
you don't
now.
want to have children,
Mm.
but you want to have sex.
That's why we were saying that have
But
that
you know
conversation
sex
at the
is not
beginning.
only
for childbirth.
That
Also
I'm
for
not
what
saying.
name
I'm not saying.
satisfaction, just to,
Okay.
build intimacy in the relationship.
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
and all.
satisfaction. So okay, satisfaction.
As long as it's within the
Wow.
confines of marriage.
Wow.
Yeah.
So now you get married to somebody. Person is me. I'll be. Let me use the word. The guy will be releasing.
Do you know
He's
the problem?
depositing. Imagine
Wait,
you're
do you know the
depositing
problem
and you're not
that I'm
withdrawing.
having
What are
with
you
you now?
telling me?
God.
You are carrying childbearing and you are reducing it to making love, like, to a
because,
sexual,
yeah.
the sexual part. That's just one part of it.
Okay.
A baby is going to be growing in your belly for 9 months. And don't even get me started on what
When you
happens
give birth.
after. What happens during, when you're giving birth? What happens after?
So
There are some women that get pregnant. Their body kills the pregnancy. There are some women that they
Yes.
get pregnant, after the first trimester, it leaves. They get miscarriages.
whole lot of
There are
things
women,
that
when
happen
women
when
come
you're
out and tell
pregnant.
you what they have gone through in this matter of childbearing. There's some women
Yeah.
that they've tried many times, it didn't work.
Yeah.
Maybe their marriage ended because of that, and now they are meeting somebody new, and they don't want to go through that stress again.
yeah.
Will you now say that person is wicked?
So I want to ask you a
themselves?
question too. Do you think that when a woman is pregnant, it affects only her?
Hey, see, don't bring it up. This is
Look,
the
it affects
topic
people. I
that
feel
got
like it affects
somebody
Because you are
to be
talking now.
dragged
You are talking
on
now.
Twitter.
You are talking now. I don't care. Me, I don't care though. You are saying now that because everything you are mentioning, you are just saying when a woman, other women comes and they explain to you, see, bro, I've seen one man. If I don't know anybody, I know that one man that he ran into a shop, just packed beverages and ran.
because
Yes, I saw a matured man was crying. Make person who don't reach like 40 years, make it a cry. You see men, I've seen men that old enough to even give birth to me. I've seen them like they cry like this. They'll be asking you
childbirth or
childbirth, the responsibility
related
because you mentioned two things. You mentioned childbirth and what comes after.
Yeah.
Do you understand me? So let's not create a society whereby women are feeling as though I'm not watering down giving
I know
birth.
you're not watering
Giving
it
birth
down,
is
right?
a very, very, but don't also paint a picture that states that men are not also.
the thing is, what we need to understand is the woman carrying the child is going through something, right?
Yeah.
The man
also is going through
also
something.
But where we will have problem is when you now begin to put it side by side. The men are going through a lot, and honestly, we don't talk about what men go through too.
Yeah.
We always focus about women. The men are going through so much, especially being the head of the home, being the caregiver during that period, being the one who will need to provide security, finances, and all of that. Men are going through
I see the
stuff.
list.
But
Can I see the list?
it is nothing compared to what the woman is going through. And we need to understand, right? So, say I'm pregnant. I don't even understand what is. I wake up in the morning, I don't even understand what is going on. I'm disoriented. I don't even know what. I'm not even hungry. I feel as if something is clawing at my soul.
Yeah.
Right? And then the man comes, he's hungry, he wants to eat. But because of the way the woman is feeling, he can't eat because she can't cook. And maybe it's usually somebody that doesn't know how to cook. And because of that, he's sad, like, God, I'm hungry. Will I have to go and eat out again? That's one thing. There are so many things. It could be that he's not even financially buoyant. It could be that he's not even in the right space. It could be that he didn't even sleep overnight because the pregnant wife was troubling him, right? But still, it is nothing compared to what the women go through in childbirth. And giving birth, getting pregnant and bearing the child is not the only responsibility of the woman. There's still the process after that. There's still breastfeeding. There's still I've not given birth before. I don't know how it feels, but I have been around people that have given birth. I have seen what people have said about it. It is a whole lot. It is a whole lot. So when we talk about it, let's not ignore what the men are going through. But no man should think that what they are going through is also what the woman is going through. It's totally different. It's not on the same level. The woman is going through this entire building. You're not going through the toilets of the building.
No,
What's that?
me,
Right?
me,
In different dimensions, in different propensities, but it's not the same thing. That's why if a woman says she doesn't want children, and then you said something like, I can't remember how you said it, but if a woman says she just wants to give birth and she tells her partner why, that's okay. Then you now you are now angry. Why would she say she's not going to give birth? What's your freaking business?
I will
with
not
that?
get angry,
And she will
but
not.
we
She
will
will
not
not
just
come and
be
be explaining
partners.
to you why, because she doesn't owe you any explanation. She owes her partner and the people that really love her an explanation.
No. If I'm talking from if I'm the partner.
If you
I'm
really
the
love her,
partner,
you will want to find out why.
see, let me tell you. I'll definitely find out why. If I find out why, see, I don't need to lie to myself. We cannot work out. I love you so
Wait,
much.
if you find out why, you still will not work
if
out.
I find out why, and of course I'll try to assist. There are some women that when you are even trying to help them, it's even like, it's my life, so when I find you, but if you are a woman that I know that okay, you make yourself
Really,
vulnerable to the point that okay, we can work this thing out. Okay, I can still tell you, okay, don't worry, we can work it out together. No, this thing there. But when I find out that, because I've not met, let me not use the word I've met, but from stories that both my guys, people have told me, there are women that they don't even want to embrace that change. Their own is that date me the way I am, marry me the way I am, and it does not work that way. It does not work that way because you brought your predicament.
Predicament.
Yes, that's a predicament. You brought your predicament to the table.
It's not a predicament. It's a choice. How is it a predicament?
God,
Person no one give birth.
Oh
You don't.
my
You
God.
don't.
See. Let me tell you. Oh yeah, why I call who in her right senses, who in his right senses would say he does not want to give birth?
See, you are being cultural. That's the issue. You are being cultural.
What is culture?
See, if
Define.
you
Let us
if
define
you
culture.
you are talking based on your belief, your values, your mindset, your environment. If you grew up abroad, you will not be saying this. If you grew up in America, for example, and women are telling you they don't want to give birth, it is either you agree or you disagree. You cannot say a woman that doesn't want to give birth. Why would a woman say she doesn't want to give birth? It's
So,
culture. It's Nigerian tradition that's making you say that.
Madam,
Your
I want to ask you
tradition
one
that's
question.
making
I
you
want
say
to ask
that.
you a question. You know, when we started this podcast, I said something. I said that because something is generally accepted, because something wrong is generally accepted, does not mean it's right.
You need to know if it's even wrong or not
Calm
before
down,
you
calm
make
down.
that conclusion.
So now, if we want to know whether it's wrong or right, I think we should go back to the Holy Book that started this whole pilgrimage stuff that we are in now. And I don't want you to come and start saying when Bible said that you should increase, multiply, and replenish. It was not only talking about childbirth.
It was not only talking about childbirth.
I know that's the angle they want to go, but I want you to also understand that God does not do a business and lose. One, God does not make an investment and he does not get a return. If God never wanted part of your job description to be childbearing, he would not put those organs responsible for that particular adventure. He would not put it in you. Same thing if he did not want a man to be responsible for putting in baby or child inside of you, he would not put that
It was not.
male
The
organ.
Bible never said he puts it there because so that will give birth.
Wait,
See, when the Bible said that it was not good for man to be alone, he created a woman because he wanted them to have relationship, right? And
That's
that
true.
includes sexual relationship.
Okay.
So, and you've heard many times that sex within the confines of marriage is pleasing to God.
Okay.
So God puts it there, I believe,
Okay.
for us to have pleasure with our partners, not for us to bear children alone.
Alone. I like that word. Thank God you used that alone. Now, me and you are on the same page.
We're not on the same page.
Because so we are on the same page because I'm not disagreeing that I'm not saying that childbearing is the only thing a woman should do. I'm only coming from the angle that says that if I'm playing my full role and you choose not to play your full role, it means that either one of us is selfish. Now, I'm not talking about that person that went through trauma and is willing to, work things out. I'm talking about that person that is adamant, that is saying, this is who I am. Marry me like that. Take me like that. Bro, you're not even considering me.
Your own partner.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
For example, I'm an Igbo man.
Yeah, I know that you're talking like that.
Yes, I know that you're going to say it. I'm an Igbo man. And not just I'm an Igbo
you
man.
need a lot of children to help you work on your farm.
No. I don't need a lot of children to help me work on my farm.
Okay.
Do you understand?
Okay, you need a lot of
I don't
children to
need a
help you
lot
run your
of children. I'm
company.
not talking about gender now.
Okay.
It is, see, there is a joy, and you cannot tell me women don't have that same joy when you can see, I think I met somebody that explained love to me in a very sweet way. God bless that person, wherever she is. She said, when a man and a woman meet themselves, they fall in love. When they meet themselves, when they get married, they make love.
Yeah.
The love they make goes from feeling to becoming tangible. That's the children they now see.
Okay, thank you so much.
Do you understand? Now. Have you heard women? Now you're a woman. You might have not given birth before. But have you seen that there's a special kind of love a woman has for her children? And she has a now more special kind of love for her husband when her husband loves her, loves the children.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to be biased here. I'm not fighting women. I'm not saying
Okay,
you cannot.
women.
I'm not saying
what
you
about
cannot.
women that cannot give birth?
See now you're already taking this. Now you are
No,
not.
you have said
telling me
that childbirth is the tangibility of love. So what about women that cannot?
I
have
did not
children?
say it.
Does
I said
that mean
somebody.
that you love,
I said somebody
you said you loved it
explained
beautifully.
it,
Now
and
you
I loved
appreciated it. So
now,
if they don't give birth, does that mean that their love has not become tangible? Does that mean that because the woman does not have children to love, the man also does not have children
now,
to love, so that the
actually-
woman will love her specially? Does that mean that their
now,
marriage is not?
I never said that your child, you need a child for your love to be tangible. Now, even if you want to say the word tangible, now I want to ask you a question. How else can your love be tangible? Because tangibility talks about something physical that you can feel. I'm not talking about something emotional now, something physical, something tangible, something I can hold, something I can see.
Like a baby.
If you say so, like a baby.
Igbo man.
If you say so, like a baby. Now, shout out to all the women out there. I
now
love
you're
you so
shouting
much.
out.
No. Shout out to all the women
Shout
out
out
there.
to all the
But not
women,
shout
whether
out to
you
those
want kids
women.
or
Shout
not.
out to those
Whether you want
to
kids or
those
not,
women
shout out.
that want kids. Now, if you said something, what about those women that cannot give birth? Bro, you cannot give birth. It means that it's beyond your control.
That's in context to what you're saying about tangibility.
So now, when a woman cannot give birth, we cannot hold her responsible, especially unless those that are, I don't think they are okay. But we should not be able to hold her responsible. When we check you biologically, medically, you are okay, but you cannot just give it. That's beyond your control. But bro, there's nothing wrong with you. Everything is okay. Just that an experience, which I'm not downplaying the experience. Just that I'm trying to let you know that give yourself an opportunity to come out from that experience. Do you understand where I want you to see? Give yourself an opportunity to come out from that experience.
So they've come out of that experience, they are healed.
No.
But they still just want to maintain it like that.
That you means we are not out.
Out of what?
Freedom is not freedom until you can express yourself.
True childbearing.
No, don't get me wrong.
It is
I'm saying
weird that you are linking it to you're linking childbirth to being the most important thing in marriage. It is not.
That is not
it
the
is
most
not.
important
That's
thing.
what I've been saying.
That's not
you are
important
linking
thing.
it to be that is the fruit of the marriage. That is the absolutely not. Right?
Okay, so-
Men are sorry, we have taken them over our own.
Yeah.
That's
To
true.
take the
But actually, I want you to understand something.
okay, please find out.
I'm still on the opinion Now, you don't have to agree with me.
We do not agree.
You don't have to agree with me.
Okay.
In fact, you can still choose not to give birth. When I see you, I will appreciate you. Shake hands, we'll hug ourselves, and you go. Do you understand? If you have an occasion, you invite me, I'll come. That's my life is very simple. But bro, when you are 80 years old, don't call my child and say, son,
You don't
my
need
son.
biological children. How many 80-year-old people are surrounded by
calm
biological
down. Now,
children like that?
but you just said, see, let's not deceive ourselves.
let's
You
not-
need,
let's not-
see, if you need this thing, Sokpe will need it.
They don't need it. See, me,
When
I
you
want
need
to
this
give
thing,
birth.
when
I
you
love
need this
children.
thing,
I want to have
because these
children.
same women
I
that
do
say
not
they don't want
negate
to give birth,
other
these same
people's
men,
opinion.
these same men that say they don't want to give birth, these same women that say they don't want to give birth, you are comfortable adopting another person's child.
Nobody's talking about adoption.
That's not. Some of them are comfortable adopting, and some of them are comfortable when another person carries their child for them.
Yeah,
Now,
but
I'm not
children
downplaying
need
you.
to be adopted now because there are children that don't have parents. There's some people that give birth and
I'm
they
not
die.
saying you are taking my
Those
conversation
children
to
need to be
another
taken
place.
care of.
You are taking my
because now you are
conversation
saying
to another
that
place.
where you are going to is children. If you don't give birth, then you'll be looking for somebody's child to adopt. There are children that need to be adopted
True,
because
true,
they don't have
true,
guardians.
So
true.
I think that this conversation should be done after because you
Let's
guys.
go.
So
and
let's
continue
just
behind
round
the
up.
scene.
Let's
I
round
said
up.
that this podcast
Let's
is
go and
Let's
continue
round up.
behind
it's about
the scene.
getting real.
round up.
Let's do a debate. So
Because-
you bring your points, I bring my points.
Because
wait, we are going to close first. You guys are going to argue after this.
No.
after this show.
There's no
Yeah, no
argument
worries.
after
You
this.
guys
Me,
have
I'm
aired-
running.
aired their opinion. So thank you guys for watching. Please do well to follow us on all social media platforms.
Nobody should come to my
which
social
will
media
be shown
account.
on the screen. So thank you and God bless you.